Hello guys, right, so had a parcel this morning. As you can see, RS feeder. So there's not many of these about at the moment, but they are available for sale. I think it's £650 they are, so they're not cheap. The stainless steel, very quiet. You've got options. I believe you can have it solar powered, things like that. So I'm just going to open this box, show you what's inside. It's not a very big box. I wasn't expecting it to be absolutely massive, but in my head, when the girl at the shop where I picked it up from, because it went to a UPS like parcel pickup point, because I wasn't in yesterday, I thought it was going to be a bit bigger and chunkier from the pictures, but you know, you don't want something absolutely massive on your pond, do you? So yeah, seeing it in real life in the box, that was my first thought. So I'm guessing there's going to be a seam down here. I'll try and not cut anything that I don't want to. There we go, perfect. So let's see what we got in here. So we've got some assembly instructions. So that's for there's a little wall mounted bracket by the looks of it. So that's just for setting that up. And then on the inside of the door of the controller box is the instructions for setting up the feeding time. So that's good that you can't lose these instructions. They're going to be inside there attached to it. So if you ever change something in 2 years time and you're like me, and you look at instructions, you think, nah, bin them, you're not going to be in trouble. And you're not going to have to phone someone up and ask them the questions. So let's see what we got here. So just a few little bits of foam either end. Might use them on some of my own parcels. Okay then, so there's a lot of stuff inside it. So I'm guessing this is the control box. Got a power cable and if you want a little wooden clog keyring, yeah, there's one of them in there as well. Yeah, maybe I'll add that to a giveaway. That can be one of the numbers on the dice roll and the free giveaways that we do weekly. So a little clog thing. I don't think that's part of the machine, so you don't have to worry about whether you got that or not. And the wall mounting bracket. And that's it. Shoot. And then we've got a lid. So I'm guessing this is the bottom. It's got like a little motor thing at the bottom, a few little wires. It's pretty heavy. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel cheap. It's a fair weight. You'd probably get a few quid for scrap for that. Is that glass on the inside or is it plastic? It looks like a piece of acrylic on the inside where it says RS feeder down there, and then there's a little kind of bowl which kind of curves in at the bottom. That's where all the food's going to come out by the looks of it. So yeah, can't wait to get this hooked up and give it a go. So what I'll do is I'll run through, stick that there so it looks nice. So I'm guessing that's the lid for the top. Yeah, so that's stainless steel as well by the looks of it. I was worried because it felt quite light compared to the rest of it. It's obviously not as thick, don't need to be as robust, it's just a lid, isn't it? But yeah, I was a bit worried that was going to be plastic, but it's not, so that's a bonus. So we've got a control box. A lot of rubbish here. Control box. So you just mount that to the wall with them little brackets. So you can mount that, well, however long the lead is, I reckon. It's got a fairly long lead, so you could have this outside and then run the lead inside. And I'm pretty sure that you'd be able to get an extension if you've got quite a big pond and you wanted this, you know, like in your pump house and this at the other end of the pond or something. Hey, we've actually got power. So it's already got power working when I've opened it up, so you don't have to, is it battery run then? So it's got 12 volt, so it must have 12 volt batteries in there or somewhere. I'll have to read the instructions and figure it out, but I thought it was going to be one that you have to plug in. maybe it's a battery that you can charge. So it's got instructions on how to set the time and day, set the feed times, and then the red button, what that does, and some additional functions like a child lock. If you've got kids that mess about with it, it's got a child lock in there. Or you can clear all feeding times. If you've messed it up and you've added too many, you can just clear them all. So hold that for off. Yeah, I'll figure out how to turn that off another time. And then it's got a little version of the operating instructions in there, so you can just keep that in there. You don't want to lose them. So that appears to be a weatherproof box as well, which is a bonus. So you can keep it outside. And then I'll put that back in the bag. And then you've got the mounting bracket there, and the instructions for how to mount the bracket. It looks like you just screw it on a wall, so it's not rocket science. So yeah, you've got nice big, you actually get decent fittings with it as well, which is really good. Not like, they're not just like little screws, they're massive bolts, spine ripper bolts, Kathy's dad would call them. So yeah, and you get decent roll plugs if you install it into masonry as well. So yeah, they've thought about everything. You've even got a little Allen key, a few little bolts for some other stuff, and then you've got a plug. So it's a UK plug as well, so you can plug that straight in, whatever you want to do. And then a mounting bracket. So yeah, it's got two big holes on one side, two little holes on the other. I'm guessing this is the one that goes onto the feeder, that's the one that goes onto the wall. So yeah, that's the RS feeder. So as far as using this and what other features there are of it, you can, so this is a UK plug setup. You can, for £150, you can get a solar setup. So that comes with a power bank, and it comes with a little solar panel as well. Now, the amount of feeds that you can set in a day, you can have up to 24 feeds that last up to a minute each, and it takes all pellet sizes. So you don't have to worry about having, I know like certain feeders like the Evolution Aqua one, I've tried that with pellets that were just a bit too big and it just didn't work at all. I think it goes up to like 8 or 9 mil pellets, and I was using 9 mil pellets and it just wasn't throwing anything out whatsoever. So like at the top end of what it was capable of doing. And if you're feeding big pellets, you've probably got big fish, so you need a lot of food out there. So we ran into issues with that, and a few other feeders we've had problems with as well, like the Aqua Forte and things like that. The Aqua Forte ones that just sit on the side and they don't throw the pellets out, they just kind of dribble them out, as I say. I found that it got wet on the outlet and they were just sticking, the food was just sticking to the outlet, so I'd recommend them for indoors, not outdoors. But yeah, looks like a really good piece of kit. Can't wait to get it set up. I'm going to get this set up on the garage pond, and eventually it'll probably end up on the outdoor pond, and then I may get another one and stick it on the garage pond as well. But yeah, it looks a really good bit of kit. Get in touch if you want one. The retail on these is £650.